Why did my stepdad legally adopt me without telling me? I found out by complete accident when applying for my passport at 21. The DMV clerk stared at my documents for way too long, then looked confused. Your birth certificate doesn't match your application. Your legal name is Oliver Martinez Chen, not Oliver Martinez. I had no idea what she was talking about. Martinez Chen? Where did Chen come from? My stepdad Ray had been in my life since I was 8 years old. Mom married him when I was 12. He was this quiet Korean guy who worked in IT and made the best kimchi fried rice I'd ever tasted. He never tried to replace my dad or force some weird bonding thing. He just existed in our lives, consistently showing up to everything that mattered. My biological father had bounced when I was 6. Classic deadbeat story. Promised to pick me up for weekends. Never showed. Birthday cards stopped coming. Phone calls became texts, then nothing. Just vanished like I never existed. Ray was different. He came to every baseball game with his laptop, working between innings, but always looking up when I was at bat. He helped with algebra homework, even though I was terrible at it. He drove me to college visits without complaint. He taught me how to drive stick shift in his old Honda. Never made a big deal about any of it. I drove home that day with my mind racing. When I walked into the kitchen, Ray was making dinner as usual. Mom was setting the table. Did you adopt me? I asked directly. Ray froze mid-stir. Mom dropped the fork. How did you? Mom started. Passport office, I said. My legal name is apparently Martinez Chen now. When exactly were you planning to tell me? Ray set down the spatula and turned around. He looked genuinely nervous, which was weird because Ray never looked nervous about anything. About 2 years ago, he admitted. Your mom and I discussed it, and we thought it would be better to just handle it quietly. Better for who exactly? Mom stepped in. Oliver, your biological father signed away his parental rights to avoid paying back child support. When the court contacted us, Ray immediately filed adoption papers. But why keep it secret? Ray sat down at the kitchen table and rubbed his forehead. Honestly, I was scared you'd feel pressured to call me dad or something. I didn't want you to think I was trying to replace your father or force a relationship you weren't ready for. I stared at him. This man who had been more of a father to me than my actual father ever was, and he was worried about overstepping boundaries. The hyphen thing was my idea, Mom continued. Keep your original name, but add Ray's. I thought it was a good compromise. I felt this weird mix of emotions. Part of me was angry they'd hidden something so important, but another part of me felt this overwhelming gratitude that someone actually wanted to claim me legally when my own father had literally signed papers to get rid of me. So I'm officially your son now? I asked Ray. His eyes got watery, which I'd never seen before. Ray was not an emotional guy. You've been my son since the day I met you, Oliver. The paperwork just made it official for the government. I walked over and hugged him. It was awkward because we'd never really been huggers, but it felt right. Thanks, Dad, I said. First time I'd ever called him that. He squeezed tighter. You don't have to. I want to. Mom was crying now, which made everything more emotional than it needed to be. Later that night, I looked at my new passport with my hyphenated name, Oliver Martinez Chen. It looked strange, but also kind of perfect. My biological father had given me life, but Ray had given me everything else that actually mattered. The next week, I decided to surprise Ray. I went to his office during lunch with a card. Inside, I wrote, "Thanks for choosing me when someone else threw me away. You're the best dad I could have asked for." When he read it, he actually teared up in front of his coworkers. He hugged me right there in the middle of his cubicle. "I love you too, son," he whispered. His coworker Janet looked confused. "I thought Oliver was your stepson." Ray smiled and put his arm around my shoulder. "Not anymore. He's officially mine now." That weekend, we went to get new driver's licenses with our matching last names. The DMV photographer had to retake Ray's picture 3 times because he couldn't stop grinning. Now when people ask about my hyphenated name, I tell them the truth. My stepdad loved me so much he legally adopted me without even telling me. He was afraid I'd feel pressured, but honestly, it was the best surprise of my life.